right, so thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla deal hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested, and definitely check out my Patreon link down below in the description where you can support the channel and get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there with all the best interest rates for financing a used Tesla. And today's live stream is partnered with Mint Mobile, where you can save money on your mobile phone plan for as low as $15 a month, but more on that later. So big caveat, big preface for all of this. This only applies if you're financing a vehicle. If you're paying cash, I would say if you're paying cash and if you qualify for that $4,000 used EV tax credit, go buy one of these used vehicles. I actually was fortunate enough to be able to see one of these vehicles this past week, and I would say it was not bad. I mean, what can you expect for a Tesla vehicle with over 70 to 80,000 miles? But it still was pretty decent. And if I was paying cash for a vehicle, if I had it just sitting in my bank account ready to go, maybe I would be going for one of these vehicles, maybe one of these Hertz vehicles, or maybe a Model Y that was under a certain price point. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to kind of itemize like which Tesla vehicle, like the one that makes the most sense, like a Model 3 long range rear-wheel drive, because it qualifies for that $7,500 federal tax credit. It qualifies for a lower APR promotional rate like 1.99, 2.99, or 3.9. And you can get an extra $1,000 off by using a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description, to get an extra $1,000 off a Model 3, Model Y, S, or even X. And thank you to everybody that's used our Tesla referral code in the past. So I wanted to compare and contrast if we took a similar setup, like same down payments, same financing, or of course you can't do same financing because a used financing is going to be way higher. If not, we'll just take the industry, actually it's not even industry average, but we'll just use a round number and compare it against financing a used Tesla vehicle, like one of these 2023, 2022 vehicles that are going to be in that mid to like $24,000 to $25,000 price range, and kind of compare the pros and cons between the two, and what I would recommend if you 100,000% had to finance the vehicle and you're not paying cash. If you're paying cash, I actually recommend just buy one of these used ones and move on and go on with it. But if you're financing, if you have to finance, it's a little bit of a different scenario and different situation. So the first one is this. Let's kind of go over a used scenario and see what that might actually look like. So we'll use a roundabout number like $24,000 used Tesla Model 3 or Model Y, 72 months at 7.88%. I think that's being a little generous. I feel like most interest rates, especially for used financing, is going to be way higher. Like the industry average is 11% for used vehicles. So I would say it's probably way higher, but we can see roundabout numbers using California, 10.5% sales tax. That's probably a little bit higher. That's going to give you a monthly payment of $350 a month with putting nothing down. And the big thing with this is that in the total interest you're going to be paying over 72 months, it's going to be over $5,000. So this is taking maybe one of these used Tesla Model 3s. There's plenty of them out there. Hertz is probably your low cost provider. And I'm going to make a video because we actually went to Hertz, and I'll give you my thoughts on seeing one of these in person. And I got to say, not bad. And actually Hertz doesn't necessarily play too many games either, so there's not a lot of fees on top of that. But switching, and a little bit of off course there, but switching to a Model 3 long range real world drive, probably the best deal that you can get at the moment. What's the deal here? Because there's 1.99, 2.99, and also 3.99 at 84 months. Now, definitely not recommended 84-month financing because you're going to be paying a lot more interest. But if you take a look at it, because taking a look at the used side at 7.99% interest, you're paying over $5,000 in interest. So if we were to take a Model 3 long range real world drive and go 3.99% at 84 months, you can see the interest is about the same, if not less. So I would say maybe it is worth it to jump into a brand new one. But the big caveat here is that the monthly payment is going to be $464 a month and 45 cents, using some rough numbers and estimates. But this should be a pretty accurate number, because especially where you're at, because 10.5% sales tax is higher than most states out there. So you can see the difference between the two, the used one at $350 and the new one at $464. Of course, that is, I put both of them on a chart so you can see them kind of apples to oranges back and forth. The used one is on the left side with the bonus $4,000 used EV tax credit. If you were to pay, of course, cash, it would be $24,000, 0 down, 7.99, and a monthly payment of $350.57. But a new one, MSRP $42,490, you get the $7,500 federal tax credit. You get the $1,000 Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description in the live stream chat. And you can click it open and then go to pick a inventory vehicle and it will apply right away at that $1,000. And you can see cash price would be around this price and 0 down, 3.99% financing at $464 a month for a brand new Tesla, or a difference of $114 give or take. Now, the question is, yes, $114 is a good amount of money, and it's actually about 30% more of a monthly payment going from a used one to a new one. But what comes with that, right? I mean, there's a lot of pros to buying a new vehicle. You get warranty on the 4 years of 50,000 mile warranty, bumper to bumper, and you can basically take it to Tesla and they give you a loaner, just like how we're in a loaner right now because our Cybertruck is in service. And you get warranty on the battery, 8 years, 120,000 or 150 miles. You have peace of mind there on that side. You get the latest technology. You don't have to worry about the screen or anything like that. It's the latest and greatest from Tesla. And also you really, I think the biggest thing to me is you get peace of mind. You don't have to worry about one of these higher mileage Tesla vehicles. Now, even though they are pretty good, something could happen. Now, before we get all excited about a new one, the Hertz one does come with a 1 year, 12,000 mile warranty. So still better than nothing, but certainly it's not as good as a 4 year, 50,000 mile warranty. So let's talk about some of the cons, right? So it's more expensive across the board. It's a bigger down payment, it's a bigger monthly payment, it's a bigger MSRP, maybe insurance could be more expensive, maybe by a little bit as well. So there's a lot of things here, but there's no maintenance, at least in the first couple of years. You're not going to be paying too much. And the second con is it's going to be harder to qualify to finance a brand new Tesla. It's a bigger loan amount, bigger down payment, 10 to 20%. And so the banks might look at your income more heavily and see if you can actually afford the vehicle or not. So those are the kind of two. And so that's why I would say, if you're financing, then I would take a serious look at a brand new one. But if you're paying cash, then I think the best way is going with a used one because you get most value of the vehicle, especially if you qualify for that $4,000 used EV tax credit on top of that. And you don't have to pay like 7.99% financing. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. Let me know what you're thinking. And of course, don't forget, if you're looking to buy a Tesla very soon, don't forget to use a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description, so you can get an extra $1,000 off. All you have to do is click the link in the description first, load it up on your browser, then head over to inventory websites like Tesla and find a demo discounted vehicle, one that already has a $1,000 to $2,000 discount. That's what I would do if I were to buy a Tesla. And I'm waiting for Q4 to see if some of the deals actually get a little bit better. But in some other Tesla news and some mildly interesting, Shaq just picked up his second Tesla Cybertruck, and look at that. He did a lot of different mods actually. He did some underglow lights. He already did the front RGB. I don't know what shop he went to, and on top of that, he did the Unplugged performance carbon fenders in gloss. So really cool to see all the different things that Tesla is doing, that Shaq is doing with his Tesla Cybertruck. Is another interesting wrap. In case you missed it, this is a matrix wrap on a Tesla Cybertruck. Pretty interesting to see as well.